Let's go over potential spoilers for Star Wars Episode 9, the final film in the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Star Wars Episode 9 will begin principal photography at the very end of July, and J.J. Abrams is all set to direct the final movie. Now, all of the different actors and actresses have begun training for their roles before they begin filming in July leading into August. One thing that we do know is that Adam Driver will begin training sometime after all of the other actors and actresses in July. But looking at all of this, I wanted to go over some potential spoilers. Do take this with a grain of salt. This comes from additional details of the big plot leak for Star Wars Episode 9 that everybody has been talking about on all media sites out there, social media such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, you name it. It's been a huge subject for quite a while, and we've gone over all the additional details that involve either storyboards or concept arts, very much similar to what happened with The Last Jedi, in which we heard about the concept art of the twin suns over the planet Ahch-To, which ended up being the death of Luke Skywalker. Now, looking at all of this, if you guys would like to go ahead and check out those plot leaks, those links will be provided below in the description. Now, one of which goes over a piece of concept art that actually describes returning concept art of the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker from The Force Awakens for Star Wars Episode 9, in which we do see the same exact figure in an environment that is a cave with crystals. Now, the reason as to why this lines directly up with everything is because, in case you guys missed it, one of the big locations that were scouted for Star Wars Episode 9 for a possible spot for principal photography was, of course, over in Mexico in one of the caves that features crystals. Now, the concept art description goes over the hybrid Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker in a cave with a black shaded figure in front of him. Now, we don't really know exactly what that exact black shaded figure will be. It could be Kylo Ren for all we know, it could be Rey, it could be some other character. But nonetheless, it seems like what Disney and Lucasfilm are doing when it comes to the Star Wars franchise, specifically the sequel trilogy, is they're essentially taking concepts from the previous movie and implanting them in the next movie. A prime example is, if you look at The Force Awakens, they actually originally had Yoda appearing in that movie, but they ultimately scrapped it and saved him for The Last Jedi. We could be seeing the same exact thing with The Force Awakens, where originally Anakin Skywalker was supposed to show up, and now they're saving him for Star Wars Episode 9. Now, this also lines up directly with J.J. Abrams wanting to implement tons of prequel trilogy continuity and content in this film to line all 9 movies together into one. And what better way to line all 9 movies together in one is, of course, a Force ghost of Anakin Skywalker, except this is a different take on a Force ghost. This is a hybrid Force ghost. And we do know that Rian Johnson has gone over this before, that the whole entire concept of the Force is evolving, especially with the concept of Force ghosts. And he did this with Yoda, using the form of lightning against a tree, burning it down. When it comes to Anakin Skywalker's concept, this is a Force ghost in itself that's battling itself between sides of Darth Vader and Anakin, switching back and forth. So the fact that there is indeed returning concept art of that hybrid ghost model returning in Star Wars Episode 9, quite possibly, once again, this is early storyboard / concept art, very much similar to what we went over with The Last Jedi of the twin suns over the planet Ahch-To, which ultimately became the death of Luke Skywalker. Little did we know that's what that was many years ago. But looking at Anakin Skywalker's Force Ghost, guys, I think that this would be one of the most amazing sequences in the movie, because I think that black shaded figure that Anakin Skywalker's ghost is in front of what's described, is most definitely Kylo Ren. I've gone over this numerous times. I really feel like it would be pretty damn amazing if Anakin was able to meet his grandson, or vice versa. If Kylo Ren was able to meet his grandfather, in the flesh somewhat, like in the form of a Force ghost, and actually see him for once, of, giving him a lecture or a lesson or something around those lines. that could point Kylo Ren in the right direction to becoming Ben Solo once again. Again, guys, I think that J.J. Abrams, I think that we can still cross our fingers that he's going to end the sequel trilogy and really, make it a satisfactory story for a lot of the fans out there that love all the trilogies, ranging from the prequels to the original trilogy that will be embedded in the sequel trilogy, ending with Episode 9. And the reason why I bring this up as well is because we also went over one of those big locations over in Mexico in one of the caves that features crystals, and it lines directly up with this plot leak of Anakin Skywalker's hybrid Force ghost being in such a similar environment in front of a mystery figure that's shaded in black, which I believe is Kylo Ren. Now, would they actually go out and get Hayden Christensen to portray Anakin once more? I think that would be a big move on both Disney and Lucasfilm's part. I think that's a must. I would say if you're bringing Anakin Skywalker back in a Force ghost that we have never seen before, which should be pretty cool if they do bring this to the big screen, because this type of Force ghost is something that I really want to see. A Force ghost battling both sides of Vader and Anakin. I feel like that they need to get Hayden Christensen, and I think it would honestly be a respectful thing to do. We haven't seen him since Revenge of the Sith. Sure, he was implanted in new versions of Return of the Jedi at the very ending in the form of a ghost, but I feel that to make things all right and to make everything feel all interconnected, what better way than to get Hayden Christensen back to portray the character of Anakin Skywalker in some way, shape, or form. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.